had this ball gone through, it was a good run from the midfielder. So you're not getting distances right, Barca, at the moment.
Alves, Busquets, Nico finding Dembele, taking on Son, back to Nico. Finds Frankie de Jong, well aware of Jordi Alba arriving on the overlap. De Jong again. Busquets. Well, we've seen that ball played often. This time it was too firm for Jordi Alba to keep it played. Goal kick.
It was a great idea, but consider the pitch has been watered before the game.
There's quite a lot of water on the pitch, and I don't know how long the grass is, because I've seen a couple of times Xavi looking at the bench and making a signal with his fingers, maybe complaining that it's too long. By the way, we were seeing all those flags up in the air. That's because it was the 19th minute and 9 seconds in honour to the club's foundation in 1909.
Absolutely jumping tonight, the Ciutat de Valencia Stadium. Dembele on the ball for Barcelona, just started over the last few minutes and there to take control a little bit.
Yeah, well, they managed to be more on the opposite half, but you can see that Levante are forcing them back, so they're doing well. I don't know how long they're going to be able to sustain that pressure. As we see the movement from Ferran, and exactly what Jamie said.
That's a gorgeous ball through the middle. Here's an opportunity, and Ferran hits it straight at Dani Cardenas, who will be relieved to have the ball in his arms. Ter Stegen.
Yeah, that's a great ball. Look at the quality. So Ferran has started the foot. Unbelievable. I mean, the qualities is a number 10 type of quality. And I think that's once Ferran started his run, Miramon tried to react. I thought it was Robert Pierre actually. It was too late. The ball from Ter Stegen was perfect.
Well, the quality was in the pass from Ter Stegen rather than the shot from Ferran Torres, wasn't
it? Absolutely. As you can see, Dani Alves is limping inside, so he's not running freely.
And Morales hitting it straight at the Brazilian. Pepelu on the ball as Mingueza warms up for Barcelona. Here's Radoya. Pepelu. Now Robert Pierre. Aubameyang making the interception. Nico under pressure from Pepelu, plays it back to Ter Stegen.
Look at Ruben Beto, he's the centre back, and he's just pushing on the job, leaving like a 3v3 at the back, so they're taking risk. Campaña is in between, so he's ready to jump on Dani Alves. Two strikers on the two centre backs, so they've done their homework.
And they win the ball back immediately, which is leading to another opportunity. Son. Campaña lost his footing. Here's Morales, turns away from Araujo, into corner, is well defended, but it's good attacking play from Morales, who turns to the crowd and gestures for them to verbally and vociferously get behind Levante, who feel that this game, at the moment, halfway through the first half, is within their grasp.
Absolutely, they're doing great. Both on and off the ball. Morales, very unfortunately, because you know, the first time it was incredible to get away from Araujo. The problem is that Araujo's reaction is just astonishing. So quick and strong. Concedes the corner.
Morales with the delivery. All three big centre-backs are in the area. Cross-driven in by Campaña, headed away. It's Miramon. Ter Stegen off his line. That's not where the German keeper feels in his comfort zone, but he managed to control that one well.
Yeah, he's done well. You know, coming off his line, feeling strong. Well done by Ter Stegen, who's been great with his feet so far tonight.
Dani Alves combining nicely with Busquets.
Slipping heavily.
Dembele. He's got the pace to get past Son. Of course he has. What a sprint from Dembele, and a good reaction from Son as well.
Well, great reaction and a great interview from Son before the game, because actually they asked him about this man. He knew he was going to mark, and he said, he's everything a fullback doesn't want to be playing against.
Yeah.
So he showed his power there, and Son reacted really well. Considering a corner for Barcelona, but how difficult it is to play against Van der Leyen.
Dani Alves preparing to take it. 23% of these corners go short. It's Frankie de Jong offering that short option.
Alba.
Instead, it's Nemanja Radoja who intercepts. It's well won back by Eric Garcia. Does really, really well. The block from Robert Pierre. Nico keeping the attack going, although Alba forced to play it all the way back to Frankie de Jong.
I think he's playing better lately, Simon.
With more confidence.
Yeah, and everyone talks about his deficit physically, and you can see it's pretty obvious that he's not the strongest, quickest, or the tallest. And he knows he needs to be, spot on in absolutely everything. His anticipation, his aggression, and he is. I mean, he can't let himself lose concentration for a second because he doesn't have the attributes of Araujo to react. But so far, so good for him.
There's Jordi Alba, good cross in. Again, really well defended by Pierre. Morales, Campagna finds Pepelu. There's good control from Pepelu. He just let himself down with that heavy touch.
I think that Roger needs to take advantage of the fact that Araujo is always looking at where Morales is. You can see that Morales, once he played the ball back, Araujo didn't really run back, and he was waiting for el Comandante to the next move of Morales. Roger made a movement in behind, but no one spotted him.
Here's Morales collecting the ball, played to him by Pepelu. Morales is going to try a shot. Morales! Off the post! Ter Stegen gets a hand to it. That is astonishing from the Comandante. How it's still 0-0, I have no idea. The attack continues. Radoja losing out to Frankie de Jong. What a run from Morales.
I'm sorry I got overexcited.
I think we all did, and don't worry about it. That was absolutely world class from Morales, and I'm still sticking to my call that Ter Stegen gets a hand to it onto the post. If he does, it's a wonderful, wonderful piece of goalkeeping.
Absolutely. Obviously, Levante on the break, Morales on the ball, so he's got the overlap from Son on the left. He decides to go solo. Araujo thinks he's going to shoot, so he just loses, Morales, and he just gets past absolutely everyone. Jordi Alba as well. He tries to beat Ter Stegen, and I think there's a save from the German goalkeeper. And Eric Garcia is the one clearing the ball off the line. That would have been goal of the season from el Comandante, but what a run and what a chance.
Just every single line of defence that he was faced with, he strode past with ease. The ball sewed to the toe of his boot. Tremendous from el Comandante. His Dembele does really well himself. Nico, well, he was trying to find Frankie de Jong, instead it's cleared by Pepelu, and here's Morales again. Dani Alves back to make the block.
We want to see it again.
Here we are.
And you go, it's Campagna actually one overlapping. So Alves is spin. Araujo thinks he's going to shoot. He gets past him. Busquets can't get there. Alba neither. There's a save from Ter Stegen. Well done, Eric Garcia.
Yeah, brilliant save.
Because that's a great save with his foot, and then Eric Garcia keeps going.
When Morales gets his head down and his Terminator loping stride going, he's so difficult to stop.
Absolutely, he's a fantastic footballer, Simon. Another great season on a struggling side.
Yeah,
because scoring goals for a Levante in flying form is one thing. Scoring goals for the bottom side is another story.
Here's Son running at Alves, gets the cross in. Radoja was just lurking on the edge of the 6-yard box, couldn't quite get there. But the momentum is with the home side.
Absolutely. They need to score that first goal though, Simon, because Barca are going to react. Look at this run. In the ball, Jordi Alba can put his foot there.
What a save.
What a save, yeah. Both with his foot and then his arm after. He makes himself as big as he can. Ter Stegen.
That's those handball-style goals, saves rather from Ter Stegen that we have seen so often. But Levante want a little bit more. Michael, a great ball in. Oh, it is so well defended by Araujo under tremendous pressure from Roger.
That's
world-class from Miramon.
World-class defending from Araujo, and a fantastic cross from Miramon as well. Winning, running at the back of Jordi Alba. crossing at the near post. Roger Martin doing everything perfect, but obviously Araujo was there to stop him. But this is Levante's moment.
Well, both centre-backs have now saved Barcelona from going down. First, Eric Garcia to prevent the Morales effort. And then Araujo just frustrating Roger there, practically on the goal line. Aubameyang losing
Xavi
out.
has just asked Dani Alves if he was okay. Dani Alves said yes, so Mingueza has stopped warming up.
Morales again. And Araujo just growing game by game into a top-class
He's giving him a hard time.
centre-back. He certainly is.
He's a fantastic centre-back, I agree with you. You know, Barcelona need to make sure that he stays at the club and it looks like he's going to renew his contract. But, you know, never easy to play against Morales in this type of form.
Frankie de Jong. Alba. Garcia. Put under pressure by Roger. And Alba just keeps it in play but gives it away. And Son in turn gifts it to Dembélé, and that could be dangerous. Dembélé ghosting past the first two defenders, can't quite link with Aubameyang. Similar indeed to Morales' earlier run. Once again, it's foolishly given away, this time by Campagna. Dembélé collecting, finds Alba. There's De Jong.
This is the problem.
Nico losing possession
Of Levante as well, Simon. Sometimes they forget they're down there on the table because they know they're good footballers. So Campagna just dabbing the ball.
Again. Just got away from him on this occasion. Throw in. Sorry to interrupt, Andrea.
No worries.
But that's a frustrating thing because they're such good fun to watch. They have been for seasons and seasons. And quite frankly, I think a lot of neutrals, we desperately want them to stay up, or at least to keep the fight going until the final second of the season.
Well, absolutely. They are fighting, Simon. And they're fighting with football, really, because they're playing great against the most informed team in the competition. And this is something you should show to every kid that wants to be a centre-back, how to defend, you know, lateral cross, close to the striker, putting your body on the line and saving your team. Fantastic.
Well, the home fans were during that previous decision, but Morales clearly running the ball out of play before coming into contact with the defender. Here's Roger. Pepelu. Roger trying to get a touch. Play allowed to continue. Nico's on the ball, showing great aplomb. Busquets. Alba. Now Ferran. Barcelona need to change the momentum of the game right now. De Jong picks out Dani Alves. Here's Dembélé.
The thing with Levante is when they have to shuffle across and make it a back four, they go with Miramon straight at Jordi Alba, and they do trust Robert Pierre space up against Ferran Torres. So they just read the game perfectly. Every player is doing their job.
That was given away by Frankie de Jong, played directly towards Morales, and goes down under the challenge of Araujo. I don't know if that's as serious as it looks. Dembélé meanwhile gets to the edge of the area. It's kind of well defended and played out by Postigo.
That's terrible news, because I think it was just him.
Yeah, it looked like he strained himself or something.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a chance on the counter. Roger thinks about it, should have put the ball out. Plays it to Radoya, who finally puts it out. Jamie.
Yes, and now Morales will have a chat, I believe, with the referee if his teammates allow him, because everybody here is quite upset. Lucy is taking advantage to talk with Jorge Miramon, and we'll see what happens with Morales now, because that could hurt. At the moment, no medical assistance needed.
Well, there's clearly no contact whatsoever between Araujo and Morales. It's something that, as you said, Andrea, Morales felt by himself as he twists.
Yeah, that's low back pain. I don't know if he was having problems with his low back before the game, if he felt stiff. But he
What do you think about that one? see Roger's going down there under the challenge of Eric Garcia. Anything in that, Andrea?
I don't think there was enough there, actually, to give anything. Even though we saw a similar one yesterday with Reinildo's penalty, but it was more obvious that Reinildo kind of stopped on Maffeo. There is contact, but probably not enough, and Roger was already on his way down. As Morales tries to stay on the pitch, because that would be a huge blow for the home side if they lose the
Well, if it's just
star player.
that he's felt a strain as he's twisted there, you know, it's the kind of strain that perhaps at times just leaves of its own accord, as it were. Meanwhile, Lishi having words with...
Sorry, Simon. Xavi was talking with Frankie de Jong, and clearly Frankie de Jong has told Sergio Busquets to move forward, and he will be the holding midfielder now.
Jordi Alba finds his progress blocked by Miramon.
And now they switch again.
Or maybe El Comandante just playing mind games with Araujo. To make him think it's stiff, he can't run anymore.
Well, I tell you, funny things have happened. He's a vastly experienced player, and they don't call him El Comandante for nothing. He thoroughly deserves the title. Alba with the block. Capello keeps it going, finds Miramon, who wins the throw for Levante. Morales is next to the action and seems, at the moment at least, quite okay to continue, although he turns his back on Miramon's throw in. Campagna, Busquets with a little flick over the top. It's intercepted by Robert Pierre. Campagna losing out to Ferran. Pepelu. Roger. It's all a little bit imprecise at the moment.
Yeah, from Barcelona especially, which is surprising, but...
Morales finding Campagna. Oh, and just got away from Roger. Jordi Alba sprinting back. Miramon does brilliantly. Again, Roger can't control it, and Frankie de Jong can play the ball out.
Yeah, Roger's first starts have let him down so far, in the first half, because he's had good opportunities. That was a decent ball in the box. Can't control it first. Then when Miramon plays it back, with Eric Garcia's pressure, he loses control.
Dani Alves. Araujo. Just over 8 minutes to go before half-time. It's been a frenzied first half so far. Ferran deciding to play it all the way back to Eric Garcia. Alves leaves it for Dembélé. Busquets. Alba. Ferran. Inside, leaves it for Jordi Alba. Garcia. Alves to Dembélé. Alves seems to have tremendous faith in his man Dembélé, giving him lots of the ball. The cross from the Brazilian, headed out by Miramon, kept in by Jordi Alba. Frankie de Jong on the ball. Alves again. Dembélé taking on Son. Busquets to Frankie de Jong. Barcelona just trying to drag that defence out of position. Alba. And the header, the defensive header from Robert Pierre, looping over the crossbar. Will be another corner for Barcelona.
Of course, you're going to be conceding against Barcelona, against that sort of quality, but they're doing absolutely everything right, Levante, and they kind of force Jordi Alba, left-footed player, to cross with his weaker foot into the box. They concede a corner, but everyone was doing their jobs perfectly, marking man to man. Great energy and great defensive attitude from the home side.
Alves with the corner. The clearance is blocked by Eric Garcia. Jordi Alba puts it back into the mix. Headed out again, it comes to Morales. Trying to link with Roger. Roger battling for it, putting Jordi Alba under pressure. And he earns the applause of the home fans as Alba forced to play the ball back to Marc-Andre ter Stegen, who's been crucial for Barcelona so far tonight.
Absolutely, could have been assisting Ferran Torres. Remember that he has assisted already in La Liga.
Yeah.
And obviously saved Barca. And that solo run from Comandante Morales was absolutely fantastic.
Alba. Eric Garcia. There's Dani Alves. Busquets put under pressure by Alves' pass there. Dembele. Busquets. Looking to link with Ferran. Dembele losing out to Campagna. Again, applause from the home fans there, appreciating the effort being put in by the home side. That was a little bit of unnecessary pressure on Cardenas, perhaps, but they come out with the ball under control.
That was an English pass to say. A proper pass back to the goalkeeper, who did really well.
In the end,
and it's Clement Lenglet who is warming up now for Barcelona.
Yeah, because I could see Araujo, Jamie, I don't know if you've seen it. Araujo touching his hamstring.
Well, that will be of tremendous concern for Xavi Hernandez. One, because of the kind of form Araujo's been in of late, and two, because of the concerns about the situation of Gerard Piqué.
Yeah, after Barca's last corner, it looked like it wasn't running properly, but maybe it was just me.
De Jong. Dembele.
Or maybe Simon, he wants to play Araujo as a right back, as he's already done.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Dani Alves was struggling with his ankle, would be sat at half time. I mean, you know, there's lots of options that Xavi can bring. Sometimes when you can't really play or outplay systems, the best way to do it is mirroring them. So,
right,
if you struggle against a 3-5-2, use a 3-5-2. So I don't know if Barca will do that because it's Barcelona, but
Ferran with a shot, no problems for Dani Cardenas to collect. Another shot on target for Barcelona though.
Yep.
But no real threat in for
Xavi Hernandez telling Araujo to follow El Comandante Morales wherever he goes.
Ferran's effort again. It's going to be tough to surprise Cardenas from there. But Pelu did well.
Yeah, he did really well. He's playing really well. He did against Villarreal as well. Had a fantastic performance, and he's growing. Pelu. What a season for him as well. In a struggling team
to step up and really assume big responsibilities in that midfield position. 3 minutes to go before half-time. Oh, lovely ball from Radoya. Drags it wide. He claims it took a deflection, but it didn't. And once again, that Barcelona defence was split wide open by Campagna's through ball. And I'm sure all the Bantia fans, Lishi himself, are thinking, why wasn't that Morales on the end of that one? Although Radoya's got a shot too. But fabulous ball from Campagna.
Absolutely, as he's on the ball again.
Nearly threaded it through to Morales.
That was a great idea. The execution wasn't perfect, but obviously you just said, you know, it would have been great to find Morales more than Radoya. It was so close, Campagna, to find El Comandante.
And problems for Dani Alves again, as we see.
Would have been offside.
Probably offside from the Comandante. He didn't quite control it. And Campagna following through, and then Rouget catching Alves, it seems, on the knee. He's back on his feet.
But those runs from Radoya have been really good. Difficult to detect for the midfield trio of Barcelona. If you look at the bench, it's got, you know, Melero, who's a specialist. You know,
fabulous player.
Yeah, making those runs in the box and, you know, timing those runs perfectly as well. So it could be an option going forward for the home side, but. You know, who would you replace now for Levante?
Well, I think
the level of playing.
I think you would certainly feel the 11 players who started, if fit, should continue at least until the 60th minute.
Absolutely.
Then we've got the somewhat anarchic at times talent of Enes Bardi. You've got the goal-scoring nous and, as they say here, bad milk of Roberto Soldado. You've got Malsa to prop things up in midfield. Plenty of options.
Yeah.
Just got away from Miramon. Albert clears. Kept in play by Pierre. Pepelu trying to link again with Miramon. That's well played out by Busquets. And showing tremendous calm there under pressure, Nico. Now it's Dembele. Riding at Son, finds Frenkie de Jong. Shot off target.
Yeah, but a shot from Barca. And you can be as good as you want at pressing and as perfect as you like. That Barcelona, with the quality they've got, can just get out of that, zone of pressure. They were great. Nico played it to the right-hand side, Dembele to de Jong, and a shot off target. But a good transition on the home side, as we see. What could have been a lot of the season.
Well, 38.4%, that's quite a high goal probability. You'd expect Morales to score there.
He got past 1,000 players. He just had one left to take on.
The most important one of all. Marc-Andre ter Stegen saving Barcelona there. There's one for Morales to chase. He gets away from Garcia. Is there anybody there? No. Rouget arriving just a shade too late at the near post. And ter Stegen collecting it, thankfully. Well, Xavi, I think, has some serious work to do at half-time, Andrea. There's 15 seconds left of the 1 minute that's been added to this first period.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jamie said that Lenglet is warming up. Let's see what he decides to do. Dani Alves is someone that the officials will have to look at and see if he keeps, playing. I don't think so. Let's see if he changes the system as well, because this man and the rest of the Barca team have been causing all sort of problems to Barca. They should be ahead. The home side, let's be honest. Eddie Garcia's had a good first half as ter Stegen. Yeah, but lots of things to think about and to change for Barcelona if they want to get the 3 points tonight at the Valencia.
Well, goals are what everybody longs to see in any game of football, but in terms of entertainment and excitement, this one has been right up there. The half-time scores: Levante 0, Barcelona 0. The good news, of course, we'll be back in about 12 minutes' time to bring you the second half from the Ciudad de Valencia.
Microsoft helps bring new metrics to La Liga. Go deeper into the action to analyze and enjoy more of the game you love with Beyond Stats. It's your game.
That feeling, that's betting. Join us at betgame.com.
It's not just made in Africa.
We want you to be a part of it.
The good things are happening.
Great tackles, great saves, absolutely amazing.
Not just made with passion, charisma, and style.
We do know that Nigerian players have been on fire.
It is Niger made.
To show that discusses all things Nigerian football.
Get ready for all things Nigerian football in your favorite highlights show, Niger Made, right here in your world of champions. This broadcast is proudly brought to you by 1xBet. Bets for every taste.
You know who I am. I'm not an actor. How am I gonna do another one of these commercials? I don't use words. I use my faith.
Get up on the deck, get up on the deck, drink like if you go, what the hustle don't matter. I'm on a different way, money stretch like Shoki long that down, they don't you down. See, I don't see what
That feeling, that's betting. Join us at betgame.com.
3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes.
I didn't see you.
What? We all know how epic a save can be. So, who do you trust to help you make your own epic saves and investments? Piggy Vest, of course.
If I buy this bully, I'll drink it be my portion. We do. People like say they happen for them. Level. No darling, after all of us are visitor. Oh boy, now you don't want to collect the 7 times a week. I was only 5 times a week. And this I don't collect this times a week. Guess what now? Move everywhere you go.
Whether you be new or old MTN customer, sort of out for the boss break everywhere you go.
Bobby, make una show.
Half-time at the Ciudad de Valencia Stadium, and it has been an enthralling opening 45 minutes between Levante and Barcelona, which is somehow still 0-0. Pete Jensen alongside me in the studio enjoying this one, and I use that verb specifically, enjoying, because this has been absolutely great to watch, Pete.
Absolutely epic first half from Levante. They've really taken the game to Barcelona. They're playing with a back five, but both the wing-backs high up the pitch, pressing Dani Alves and Jordi Alba, forcing errors, forcing them into making mistakes, and they've come far closer to taking the lead in the game. Morales with this shot just wide. He had a brilliant run a little bit later in the first half, which we'll see shortly. There were some chances for Barcelona. Ferran Torres linking up here with Frenkie de Jong, and Levante eventually clearing their lines. But everything that Lishi asked of his players before the game, they've delivered, apart from one thing, obviously the most important thing, which is the opening goal of the game.
Yeah, that early chance for Jose Luis Morales coming after high pressing up from Levante inside the first couple of minutes, and that really set the tone for the rest of the half. Electric performance from Los Granotas. We were watching this in the studio together, and you said to me, how are Levante in the relegation zone? They look like a Champions League side.
Phil, if you dropped an alien down onto Earth and got them to watch, the last 8 weeks of the season, they would never guess that Levante are a team that we think will probably go down despite this incredible fight that they're taking right to the wire. Another opportunity there for Campania. This is Barcelona's best moment in the first half. It's a brilliant assist from Ter Stegen. The ball into the feet of Ferran Torres, who runs through and is unable to finish. We've seen him do this before, Ter Stegen. I think he did it a couple of seasons ago for Luis Suarez. Torres doesn't quite produce the same finish to the pass. But that's not to take anything away from the way that Levante have played in the first 45 minutes. They've dominated, and I think this is the moment, Phil. Absolutely brilliant. He goes past Araujo, he goes past Jordi Alba. Ter Stegen gets a hand and a boot to it. And it's spinning on the goal line, and Eric Garcia just steps in and makes the clearance. It's a piece of skill from Morales that deserved the goal.
What a goal it would have been. Eric Garcia ruining the party, but yeah, great defending from the Barcelona centre-back to scoop that off the line. This is a Levante side that had the longest winless streak in La Liga history this season. 27 matches without a win from the back end of last season and this season as well. Absolutely extraordinary how down and out they were and how good they're playing this evening against Barcelona. But it's not just this evening. We saw them win 2-0 against Villarreal last weekend as well. There is belief in this side, and this is a team which we saw, Pete, in the opening 45 minutes, has goals in them.
Absolutely.
They didn't score, but they attack well.
And we just hope that Morales has not been slowed down by what looked like a hip injury. He was suffering off the ball and grimacing a little bit towards the end of the first 45 minutes. If he comes out full power in the second half, then we're in for a great second half, because you usually say this fixture never ends goalless. and it looks to have goals in it tonight. And just to pick out one other player, and Morales is playing brilliantly, but the performance of Miramon as an attacking right wing back tonight has been absolutely superb. Son's done well on the other side as well. He's had difficulties at times dealing with Dembele, and that's Dembele's cutback with De Jong firing a long way over. We're being kind to Barca with the highlights because it has had the feeling in the first 45 minutes that it's been Levante dominating and looking most likely taking the lead.
The stats, though, don't necessarily tell you that. Both have had 4 shots, both have had 2 of them on target. Barcelona with more possession as well, but it's Levante who have looked much more dangerous in this game so far. Surely we're getting goals in the second half. We'll find out after the break.
You know who I am. I'm not an actor. How am I gonna do another one of these commercials with big words and dramatic pauses? I don't use words. I use my feet.
Get up on the deck, get up on the deck, drink like you be cool with the hustle, don't matter. I'm on a different way when you stretch like
That feeling? That's Betking. Join us at betking.com.
Dance. Dance has my heart. Dance saved me. When I dance, I feel free. Free to be me. Free to live. Free to choose. Who the bank of the free.
Welcome to the bank of the free, where everything is just as it seems.
Monday nights are made for football.
It's not about the results, it's about the controversy as far as that particular game is concerned.
With news, views, and reviews, and the clash is about to go down in studio.
You don't do what you have. Some say it's a harsh decision to make, some think otherwise.
A lot has happened. What's the big thing struggle?
Be part of every heated debate on Monday Night Football, right here on your World of Champions. This broadcast is proudly brought to you by Bet Niger.
My teddy bear, my sweet chocolate, my most precious jewel. I love you.
Don't just give cards to say I love you. Express it with your Access Bank card.
So smooth. So you wanna party with a legend in the making? Spread it out, get it, better spread it when we baking. Say it out, I mean it, girl, the word is what it taking. But how I do my thing smooth, that's on everything. Smooth, 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 smooth. But how I do my thing, working like I'm buzzing, let a bucket for the honey. But how I do my thing smooth, that's on everything. Smooth, 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 smooth.
That feeling? That's Betking. Join us at betking.com.
Welcome back to the Ciutat de Valencia. It's half-time in the weekend's last game for match day 31. And there's no score between Levante, fighting for their lives, penultimate in the table, and Barcelona, who are looking to cement their claim to at least second place in the same table. The first half has had a little bit of everything except goals, and that's a surprise between these two teams, who over recent meetings have given us an absolute sack full of goals to celebrate. None in the opening 45 minutes, but boy oh boy, Andrea Orlandi, Jose Luis Comandante Morales came close to scoring one of the goals of the season, and it's quite astonishing when you think this is a player who's never represented Spain at senior level.
No, it's crazy. Actually, when there's talks about Haaland and Mbappe, I think the Barca should look at the Comandante and think about it, because what a player. And you said this, they haven't been got in the first half, but they should have been, and more for the home side really, because they have been dominating, they've been creating all sort of problems to Barca, and obviously that run from Morales was, it could have been goal of the season. It was just spectacular how he took on players, absolutely everybody, but Marc-André ter Stegen eventually got cleared off the line. But you can see here Los Granotas were absolutely excellent. Obviously they know if they want to have a chance of winning tonight, they need to maintain the level, which is the hardest part, because Barca will make changes in the second half. Let's see how they obviously start the second 45 minutes. I couldn't really see anyone warming up. So maybe there are no changes yet. Jamie can tell us better.
Yeah, Jamie, any signs of substitutions being prepared on either side?
Not at all. The 11 same protagonists for Barcelona are on the pitch. The same 11 protagonists for Levante, despite at half-time have been watching Clement Langlais, Pedri and Gavi warming up with a little bit more intensity as the rest of their teammates. So we'll see what happens on the second half.
It's going to be Levante to get things underway. Alessio Lisci has clearly shown in the first half that he's a brave coach. He always comes across there as being a thoughtful, intelligent footballing man, and whatever happens in the future, I think Levante have got a very sound manager in place there.
Absolutely, very calm and composed. He never gets carried away with Levante, for example, when they won against Villarreal. It was a famous win, because 3 days later Villarreal beat Bayern Munich, by the way. So it was an important win from Los Granotas, and you can see that he's always the same. And tactically, tonight he's showing that he's a rich coach, though he's very, very young, so still learning. But one for the future, and I'm sure that Viñables, who's just taking reins as a sports director recently for Levante, is thinking about Alessio Lisci as the man taking the club forward, I'm sure.
Well, no changes in the 11 players on either side who started the game, as Araujo plays it back under pressure from Rouget. I guess the return ball from ter Stegen, who pulled off an absolutely remarkable save to frustrate Morales after that amazing run from the Levante number 11. Frankie de Jong. There's a chase for Jordi Alba, he won't get there.
Simon, a few players that were starting warming up for Barcelona were Clement Langlais, Mingueza and Pedri. Now Xavi has told Langlais to sit down on the bench, and it's Gavi. So Gavi, Pedri and Mingueza are the three Barcelona players warming up at the beginning of the second half.
Alba just having a little tug on the shirt at Miramon as he wanted to take a quick throw.
But obviously, it was pretty obvious that Alves wasn't 100% fit after that, problem on his ankle. He tripped himself really, and it could have been nasty. You can see that he's sleeping, so it's not funny, really. But there was an interview midweek, Simon, of Dani Alves, which was interesting.
Oh, they're always interesting.
And he was left out of the squad list for the Europa League. And then he said, and it happened when I was 25, I would have watched Xavi. So I'm sure that Xavi probably at half time thinking about, taking him off.
Dare I take him off? well, Xavi actually mentioned Dani Alves and that interview yesterday in the pre-match press conference. He said Dani Alves has earned the right to say whatever he wants. His opinions are his opinions, and we respect them. But obviously, he's a hugely important figure in this young Barcelona team. The young players look up to him tremendously because of everything he's won.
Absolutely. And sometimes, Simon, obviously there were some good performances in that first half. Ter Stegen, for example, or Federico Garcia, Araujo as well. But when you have your team playing badly, the best speech and the best thing to do is just to keep the same 11 and tell them, I should just take you all off. So you have 10 minutes to turn this around and obviously give a chance to the same team to react. So maybe Xavi's doing this to them.
Ferran brought down there by Robert Pierre. There's a little off the ball that involved Nico early. We just saw briefly the replay there. Nico, I think, had a difficult first half.
Yeah, well, I mean, the midfield position is key. He hasn't been playing really. So, replacing Pedri is huge nowadays. And I'm sure that
Dembélé finds De Jong. Return ball to Dembélé, which the cross in, and what a save from Cardenas. Absolutely brilliant, Ferran with the header, and that's up there with Ter Stegen's crucial save from Dani Cardenas. Brilliant reactions, the cross is brilliant from Dembélé, the header struck like a bullet. Great goalkeeping from the Levante shot stopper.
Well played by Barca, great cross from Dembélé, who doesn't really care, especially with his left or right, and the run from Ferran is always right. I mean, he makes always the right movements.
Alves floating one in. It's headed away by Miramon. Sent upfield for Morales to chase. Jordi Alba collecting.
Alessio Lisci also moving his bench. 3 players warming up. Duarte, Dani Gomez and Melero.
Duarte, who's struggling for fitness as well. Melero, a player who I think has a great future ahead of him. Is Morales. Campagna hits it straight to Garcia, gets the return, picks out Son. Son's got Morales with him, goes inside to Radoya, and it's a penalty for Levante. Huge opportunity here. Son, the man who goes down and stays down. Mr. Iglesias of Villanueva in the VAR operation room, muttering in the ear of match official Manuela. Dani Alves, the man adjudged live anyway to a block Son. He has a good look before pointing to the spot. Let's see what VAR has to say. Any opinions on this one, Andrea?
I think it's a bit harsh because there's no animal really. It's just trying to protect the position of Dani Alves. It's true that he turns on the wrong side and just reacts late when some plays the 1-2. And a man of his experience shouldn't really be doing it. I think Son is touching his lip, and I couldn't see really Dani Alves connecting with Son's face, but obviously there is contact, and to see VAR changing the referee decision I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, for sure Dani Alves disagrees with the decision. Son may well have exaggerated the contact there was. It's going to be Morales versus Ter Stegen, part 2. Up steps El Comandante. 1-0 to Levante. Morales deserves his goal. And that's an absolutely huge start to the second half for this side who've been struggling at the wrong end of the table all season.
Well, we said there were going to be goals. We have one already. This is when Barca now they need desperately to react and to add some more misery to Dani Alves' night. He just concedes the penalty. Could have been harsh, but a man of his experience should have never be given a penalty away like this. And then Comandante showing the player he is a fantastic footballer, taking responsibility, scoring the first goal of the game for Levante, as we see the episode again.
And the penalty firmly struck. Ter Stegen going the wrong way. Morales side-footing it.
And we can see that all the dots from the penalties of Morales were red. So it missed a few, but he's a man full of confidence.
Well, this is a crucial one. If Levante were to win, they get within 3 points of 18th place Cadiz. And I think then we'll all have to agree that Levante have a potential route to a great escape.
Yeah, well, I said it before the game. If they win tonight, I would change my mind. I've been saying they're going down for the last 2 or 3 months. But
yeah, I've been desperately trying, Andrea, to get some of our opponents to at least give them a chance. Nobody's given them a chance.
And the thing is, Simon, because I've been on those positions and you win one game, but you're still 4 or 5 points, 5 points away.
If you're 3 behind 18,
yeah, that's different.
Then it's different.
Yeah. The problem is, Simon, they play against Villarreal and the performance is great. They play against Barca and you can see the intensity and aggression.
And they play against
against a lower team, and this is when they kind of struggle to get to that same level of intensity. So
the next game is away to Granada. That, depending on the final result here, will be absolutely crucial.
But it's a final, and obviously, you know, let's see what happens tonight because we still have a long way to play forward.
There's a chase for Morales. He's going to get there. He's going to require support. He wins a corner. Well defended by Eric Garcia.
Well, I can tell that his back looks pretty good. I don't know what happened there in the first half. But
well, like you said, maybe it was just mind games. certainly hyped up, certainly motivated for this one.
Yeah.
Corner for Levante. Every single soul in the Ciutat de Valencia stadium, apart from the Barcelona fans, and there are a considerable number dotted around the stadium, will be hoping for a second goal here. Bit of a melee in the Barca area. Again, the big 3 centre-backs are up, forming a line there with Rouget and with Radoya, and it's Rouget gets in another penalty.
Yeah, and he knows it.
It's another penalty for Barcelona. Eric's not even complaining, shaking his head as Pedri receives final instructions from Xavi Hernandez. Is it going to be Morales against Ter Stegen, Act 3?
100%. Obviously, Eric knows there's contact there. You can see he's not looking at the ball, he's trying to stop Roger. You can see him. He's just knows he's guilty. He had a really good game so far, Eric Garcia. Yeah, obviously it's unfortunate to give the penalty away there, but
I mean, that's the danger if you have that kind of melee waiting for a set piece in the area, isn't it?
Yeah,
and that's clearly what Levante...
It's Roger, Simon. Roger's taking...
Well, Roger has experience in taking really important penalties for Levante as well. Clearly Morales feeling it's better to give his partner in crime a chance. Up steps Roger! And it's a poor penalty, and it's brilliantly saved by Ter Stegen. And now the question is, should Morales not have taken it?
Well, it's always the same, and it's not the first time it's happened, Simon. You know, players
keeping his left leg perfectly on the line there, Ter Stegen.
Yeah, well, it's not a great penalty for Roger. He doesn't really place it. He's quite central there. Yeah. It's an easy save really for Ter Stegen.
Double substitution for Barcelona. Nico and Frankie de Jong being replaced for Pedri and Gavi.
Pedri and Gavi coming on.
Well, now let's see how Levante reacts to this big blow as well as Simon.
In comes the corner. Nobody gets on the end of it. And it will go directly out for a Barcelona throw. Nico and Frankie de Jong there having been replaced by that man, Gavi and Pedri.
Nico was an obvious one, starting after a long time. But with de Jong, I'm more surprised. Xavi wasn't really happy, and Jamie told us the first half Xavi was talking to the Dutchman, trying to change his position, but it hasn't really worked. So we've got a brand new midfield with Busi and Gavi and Pedri in front of him.
Well, what an opportunity for Roger Martí and Levante to double their lead. One thing's for sure, everybody out there on the pitch in the Levante shirt knows it's going to be a very, very, very long, 35 minutes or so. Dembélé driving forward, aware of the arrival down the left of Ferran Torres, but overhits the cross throw into Levante.
I don't want to say, Simon, that Dembélé's been quiet tonight. A couple of good crosses, but and a good run in the first half that's blocked. But not a lot from the Frenchman, who's been absolutely on fire lately.
Jamie, on the electronic scoreboard, they were just flashing up your tips, I think, for today's performance down there pitchside.
Well, the atmosphere here, Simon, is just incredible. And there was one message appearing on those screens: si se puede, yes we can, yes we can. It is what everybody's shouting here.
Well, there's certainly plenty of belief amongst fans and players. Excellent from Pepelu. Aldoya sending it forward, failing to link with Rougier. Busquets finding Gavi.
Obviously, it's a crucial moment of the game. You've missed a penalty, you're leading, but you know, coming to the 60 minutes of the game, and the level of performance, especially off the ball, you know, it's a moment when Lishi has to think about making substitutions as well.
The clearance from Milamon, not the greatest. Son sends it on its way. Claims of an off the ball there between Morales and Araujo, I think it was. Here's Pedri, thought about a shot, plays it off to Dembélé. Dembélé's cross is a good one, and there's the equaliser for Barcelona. Aubameyang once again. He seems to have an absolutely unbeatable goal-scoring touch since signing for Barcelona. And, well, this is what happens if you miss your opportunities. Aubameyang scores his 8th La Liga goal of the season since joining Barca. Dembélé once again the man who sets it up, and really that's an unmissable chance for Aubameyang.
Absolutely, and this is the curse of the commentator. I said Dembélé wasn't having a great game when he gets the ball and just delivers a fantastic cross.
You're a secret Dembélé fan, that's what you said.
Yeah, absolutely. And to Aubameyang, it was even quieter than Dembélé.
Yeah.
We hadn't really said his name
exactly
all night, but actually the movement is from a top striker and the cross is perfect. Levante had the chance to double the lead, they didn't take it, and against a team of this quality. You know, players not having the best performance, but still, he controls it with his right, crosses it with his weaker foot. It's a perfect cross to Aubameyang. He can't miss from there. 8 goals, and probably Dembélé assisted with 10 times. The connection is fantastic.
Combining with Gavi, who loses out to Pepelu. Pepelu quick to release the ball. Martí goes down, and Araujo getting the better of Morales.
And after this assist, there's nobody in La Liga this season with more assists than Ousmane Dembélé.
A player who had a foot and a half out of the door not so long ago. Really has turned this season round completely, and Barcelona's season too. Pedri did well.
I think it was Graham Hunter last week saying that, you know, from 10 actions Dembélé had, as we see this a lot of times, he had 8 wrong, for example, but his secret that he keeps trying and he keeps going. He doesn't really care if he's not having his best performance, it just goes and goes and goes.
Busquets intercepted. Pepelu losing out for once. It's been a great performance from him. Alves picks out Dembélé again, clearly the danger man. Inside to Alves. Now Busquets finds Gavi. Gavi scurrying forward into the area, lays it off for Jordi Alba. Alba looks up, in comes the cross! And Aubameyang's header, not too far away. Just going across the face of the goal and wide of that far post.
Yeah, but now you can see that Levante's pressure is not as efficient as it used to be. Players, obviously, you know, they got hit by this. You know, the goal from Barcelona. Aubameyang between defenders, Robert Pierre, obviously, looking at Postigo, saying, what could I do there? Nothing.
Lishi now shouting to Radoja and Campagna, they have to switch positions, and they have done so.
Dani Alves on the ball for Barcelona, plays it back to Araujo. We're past the hour mark, half an hour to go. Busquets. Well, we knew goals were coming, Andrea, and you wouldn't bet against there being a handful more.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a lovely ball in. Alba can't control it though, goal kick.
Well, let's see how Levante reacts. Simon, obviously, now they're having a few moments of, you know, see that the morale's been down a little bit. Start to look tired in midfield. Jamie told us that Radoja and Campaña changed positions, but I think that a change in midfield as Melero's would be very useful. But
he will be the next substitution, Andrea. I see Melero and Dani Gomez.
Oh, they're gifted it away. Gavi plays it back and finds Dembele. Dembele is so important as well.
Double substitution for Levante. Roger Martin and Campaña replaced by Dani Gomez and Melero.
Well, this is football, Simon. You know, you had the chance to extend the lead, go 2-0, and obviously have the momentum with you. You missed a penalty. Pedri and Gavi come on and change the game for Barcelona. 3 minutes later, Aubameyang equalizes it, and it's a different game, and now you're losing. So all in 10 minutes. It's the beauty of this game, and it's harsh on Levante because they have been absolutely fantastic, but
still over 25 minutes to go.
Absolutely, I wouldn't write them off.
Here's Dembele, lovely control and turn from the Frenchman. He cuts it back. Just a shade too far. Radoja under pressure from Pedri. Busquets helping out. Brilliantly wins the ball back. And Pedri hitting it straight at Ruben Bethel. Gavi showing determination again. Busquets there, always offering support. Like the uncle supporting these two lads. Who really are leading a teenage rampage for Barcelona tonight in the Ciutat de Valencia Stadium. Here's Busquets. Alves. Dembele once more. Starting to feel very sorry for Son.
Well, you know, this is Dembele. You know, he can be quiet for 60 minutes and then we just starts. He's unstoppable as well. I'm starting to feel sorry for the whole team, really, of Levante. As you say, it's only the 65th minute, but now Barca, they're applying, you know, their style.
And they are relentless, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
And they play with a bit of confidence. Alves, that could be a lovely ball. It's well defended in the end by Postigo, cleared by Vettel. Sent back. Pedri nods it straight to his mentor, Busquets.
The thing is, they still have the pace up front. Dani Gomez is a different player to Roger. You know, he is very mobile as well, plus el comandante. So now the problem is that Bezo, you know, is not able to help Son as much as he used to.
Well, he did everything right except the pass, which was a miscue, I think. Still Barcelona on the front foot, though. Aubameyang and Ferran Torres have swapped roles momentarily. It's Dembele. Comes it back from Pedri. Busquets, and Barcelona can pass you to death in these kinds of circumstances. Free kick, won by Ferran. And this could be another huge threat for the home side.
I think that Dani Alves wants to redeem himself. Maybe
like
try from there. Although Ferran won the free kick, so let's see who's going to take it.
Well, I mean, there are a number of possible candidates out there, really, aren't there?
Yeah.
And three of them standing over the ball, four of them standing over the ball, although it seems like it's going to be Ferran Torres.
100%, Alves is gone.
Well, in the end, it's blasted high, and it goes out for a goal kick as we watch Ter Stegen saving too comfortably, really, the Roger penalty, which would have doubled Levante's lead, put them 2-0 up. And now Aubameyang first and Pedri second give Barcelona the advantage. Minute 68, it's Levante 1, Barcelona 2. And all of those Levante players, and especially on the face there of Roger, who must be, well, who knows what must be going through his mind after missing that penalty opportunity. They must be thinking, this is probably our best performance of the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we're not careful, we're on for yet another defeat.
The thing is, you know, playing a game you played, you've had Barcelona on the back foot, you know, probably the most informed team of the competition. If you lose tonight, that's a killer. That's the last opportunity you had to save yourselves. But you know, it's Levante, and as they kind of look like they threw the towel, you know, they can get back into the game. So let's wait and see what happens. Still more than 20 minutes to play. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Well, the looks on the faces of the players and staff in the home dugout clearly showing that if they are to get back into this game, they need offside there against Dembélé. They need something special to happen to fire them up again.
They need a break.
They've got caught up the game last, but yeah, give the ball to Morales. That's what everybody in the stadiums and probably everybody watching at home is urging them to do. But of course, Barcelona are aware of that too, and are going to do everything in their power to prevent it happening.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that now that the game is in Barca's hands. They've lost the momentum really, Levante, but it's absolutely normal when you concede against quality team like Barca. With the game they were having and with the opportunity they had to double the lead, so it's everything now is against them, but you know, it's about reacting and bouncing back.
Postigo finding Radoya, his son. Plenty of bodies getting forwards for Levante. Dani Alves, solid as a rock there. Son takes the throw. Pepelu. Let's headed down. Melero finds Pepelu. Now Son. Gomez. And Dembélé on defensive duties. Buys a free kick.
Yeah. And he bought it.
He did. Quick to get up from it. Danny Gomez knows.
He rolled over a couple of times, but you could see that there was not much contact there.
I think Gomez felt he got a little kick on the shin from Dembélé first. There was no way Dembélé was staying up. But it's clearly a foul.
Yeah, it is a foul, but I like the way he just got back up and ran away.
Ter Stegen floats onto
what a hole.
The head of Ferran, who goes down. It's not Ferran.
It was Gavi.
It's Gavi.
Robert Pierre had to take that risk and go and challenge Gavi, because otherwise he would have controlled the ball. I mean, it was a pass into space from the goalkeeper. It's a crowded area. I mean, the quality is sensational.
And there's the challenge of Pierre on Gavi. No harm done. He's back on his feet. Son. Well, no alternative for Radoya but to play it back to Cardenas, who returns it to the Serbian. Long clearance, and this time Eric Garcia wins it. Busquets, lovely move to get out of the way by the referee, almost balletic. Oh, lovely first touch from Gavi and turn. Tries to shot, it's blocked by Vesso.
I think the referee fouled Pepelu as he was trying to stop Gavi.
And Pepelu staying on the floor now because of that impact with the referee.
I'll be hoping for a yellow card at least, if not a red. Apologies to Pepelu. Yeah, Jamie, go ahead.
Preparing more changes. The young Alejandro Cantil, he's preparing himself to enter the game. And Enes Bardi too. Sorry.
What a fabulous reception and turn from Gavi. Dani Alves.
This is how they teach them in Barca's academy. Simon, you can see from a very young age the way they just control the space and the tempo. It's great.
Eric Garcia combining with Alba is Busquets. Now Alves. Pedri. Alves again. Dembele. Alves. Busquets leaving it. Aware that Araujo had his back. Aubameyang to link with Alba. It's collected instead by Melero, who wins a throw for Levante. Applause from the home fans. And as Jamie points out, Enis Bardi and Cantero receiving final instructions from Alessio Lisci. And that was around 15 minutes. Morales to Son. Morales goes wide. Son tries to surprise Ter Stegen. Why not? And why not indeed, but Ter Stegen saving it comfortably.
It's played well, Son, you know, going forward.
It was, of course, Dani Gomez rather than Morales, wasn't it? Morales was on the right. And Son shot well saved by Ter Stegen.
Yeah. He tried he's having to defend Dembele, and once that he got some joy going forward, he thought, I'm going to go solo, and you know, a shot on target and a reaction from the home side, always positive. Let's see if Enis Bardi can make a difference. Cantero is, you know, his pace is strong, he's got legs, so that's exactly what home side needs, energy.
Well, Doya is one of the players to be replaced, and is Bardi coming on in his place. Again, I think he's performed well, Radoya.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we have seen him making run after run, and you know, that work in midfield that sometimes goes unnoticed. I think excellent, you know, for 60 minutes, 55 minutes, Levante were great, and they might exchange information as well as Beto's coming off and Cantero comes in.
Yeah, they'll go to four at the back. Ruben Beto, who was back in the side for this game.
Yes, Dani Gomez through the middle. Morales on the left, so it's a 1v1 with Alves. This is where Lisci will try to get back into the game. And a back four to the home side.
Son turns away from Dembele, finds Pepelu. Miramon, Pepelu. And here is Cantero.
Look at Morales completely apart.
Throw into Barcelona, Eric Garcia preventing it from going for a corner. Little dangerous flick across the area. Dani Alves doesn't fancy it and just gets rid of the immediate threat. And Clement Lenglet receiving his final instructions from Xavi Hernandez.
And Xavi protesting to the fourth official. He wanted the substitution to be made now. Levante was very quick on that throw-in.
Right back from Melero to Postigo, now to Cardenas. Sends it high. There's a chase for Dani Gomez.
Well, they tried to emulate the Ter Stegen Cardenas. As Morales was whistling to him, hey, look at me first.
On the comandante me. Again, Barca having to wait to make the substitution. Cardenas releasing it to Sergio Postigo. Aubameyang just turning up the pressure a little bit there. Alba's header. Busquets nods it on. Aubameyang returning from an offside position, had to leave it. Repierre. And Dembele. Accused by Son of a dangerous raised boot, but Son recovering in time. But he loses out to the very excellent Pedri.
Pedri, who's had a 92.9% of pass completions since he's come on. So.
I'm just trying to think of that 7.2% that he missed, because I can't think of one, to be quite honest.
No.
The ball's still in play. Lenglet still waiting his moment. Busquets finds Pedri. Dembele. It's got away from him. No, he keeps it in play, gets the cross in, but into the hands of Danny Cardenas, and still Lenglet waits.
I think it's gonna come on for maybe for Alves and Araujo will go at right back. See that Morales he's the winger now, or maybe he just I don't know tries to change the system and get stronger at the back. But I would be surprised if he does so.
It's Ter Stegen. Aubameyang battling with Pierre. The ball comes to Morales. Malero. Gavi showing real strength. It's driven in low, and Ter Stegen completely missing it, or he might say leaving it to go out. The shot from Cantero. It's a goal kick for Barcelona. Just one or two signs that Levante have gained a little bit of belief with those last few changes.
The run and shot from Son earlier, 5 minutes ago now. Cantero, good play from the home side, from left to right. As we see the goal from Pedri. What a finish.
And it's Dani Alves, the player replaced, so that means that Araujo will move to right back position. Eric Garcia and Lemon Tangley, the two centre backs now for Barcelona.
Well, this is Araujo for you, Simon.
Yeah.
You know, he just plays up against the most dangerous player of the opposite team, and he's been doing it Xavi all the time, because he knows that Araujo is his best defender and the best option he's got against Morales.
Pedri.
And I had Morales just a few meters away from me. The way he looked at Araujo, he was regretting that change, I think.
There's Pedri, back to Busquets. But it's a lovely ball in. Aubameyang controls it, plays it back to Pedri with the left foot, he skies one. Well, he's annoyed. I think we're amazed, Andrea. He's done something that you could class as an error. Miscuing the left-footed effort.
Well, obviously,
Aubameyang probably offside anyway as the pass going in.
Yeah. Jamie, what Morales should do now is just, show he's the captain and tell Cantero, who's only 21, to come and play on the left for a while.
It's a lovely ball from Son. And Gomez is through. Forced out by Lenglet.
Oh.
It goes down. Wow. And it's a penalty. Araujo says no. Penalty number 3. Real Madrid were given 3 penalties in their favour against Celta Vigo on match day 30. And now Levante have a 3rd penalty given in their favour against Barcelona on match day 31.
Well, Dani Gomez, running into space. Lenglet has just come on. And he just tries to
catches him, and the referee's perfectly placed. There's the contact on top of Dani Gomez's left boot.
Yes, there's no question, it's a penalty.
And there, who's going to take it?
Well, I think that now there's no question about it.
Because those 3 penalties for Real Madrid against Celta, Benzema took all 3. Scored the first, missed the second, scored the third. As we see the replay, I don't think there's a question of offside there, is there?
It looks offside, Dani Gomez.
There's the challenge.
Well, it's Melero, Simon.
Well, clearly Morales doesn't fancy it then. Melero against Ter Stegen. 3rd penalty for Levante. This time no mistake, Levante get the equaliser. It's 2-2. And there are 7.5 minutes plus stoppage time still to come. Levante still believe in their miracle escape. And boy, oh boy, Andrea, we said there were going to be goals and thrills and spills and belly aches, and there's still plenty more football to come tonight.
And we said that obviously Levante away from Barca is always a difficult game, and obviously you see how important Morales is. In a moment where Xavi decides to make a substitution to stop Morales, Lenglet comes on, still called to get into the game. He has to, challenge Dani Gomez. He kind of rushes and Lenglet gives a penalty away. And Melero shows that he's a specialist, from the penalty kick. Makes no mistake. 10 minutes to go because 7 minutes past out of time, so we still got a game. Barca needs to win, but Levante is still going for it. Luke de Jong comes on, Adama as well. Late changes for Xavi. But what a game of football, Simon.
So Aubameyang replaced by De Jong, Luke De Jong. And Dama comes on to replace Dembele. Well, what a situation.
You can see the probably Xavi wasn't too happy with Dembele, pressing Son, basically not pressing Son, so he plays the ball into space to Lenglet. Lenglet as well follows Dani Gomez, and then, when he thought he had the ball, Dani Gomez puts the ball away. There's a penalty for Levante. Now the moral has changed completely.
Pedri felt he was fouled, but his play continues. Cantero driving forward, set free by Morales. Support here from Enes Bardi. Bardi's cross. It's a really probing, testing cross. And Miramon just allowing that one to go out for a corner. Looking a little bit less down in the dumps now. And look at the fans in the Ciutat de Valencia. Yes, we can.
Roger probably thinks I wish Mileno had come on earlier, so he could have taken the second penalty.
Well, that's for sure. It's a corner though. Again, the two remaining centre-backs, Pierre, Sergio Postigo up for this. Again, it's that line formation that led to the handball that saw the second penalty given from an identical position. In comes the corner. Headed over the bar, I think, by Cantero.
Yeah.
Who's having an influence since coming on.
Yeah, he's got legs, he's got the presence. I think he just loses the ball a little bit. Yeah, he just
comes off the back of his neck.
Absolutely. Well, Morales has got to the right, by the way. He's taking the corner now. I'm sure he's going to stay there.
This is anybody's game now. That's brilliant last gasp defending from Postigo. 10 shots on target for each side, I think, was the stat we just saw. That's what you expect. Nothing more, nothing less than you expect from a Levante Barca.
What a game.
Capello on the ball. Levante still showing tremendous pride and taking the game to the visitors. And it's going to be a free kick to Levante, a very, very dangerous one as well.
With the quality of the delivery of Enes Bardi, and a shout to Pepelu's game, Simon, because once again, look at him.
He's been fabulous tonight.
I mean, he's tired, he's got no energy, but he keeps running, he keeps going and believing, and the whole team, the performance from the home side, in the position they're in, against a team like Barca, it's crazy. Fantastic.
Well, it's self-belief, it's certainly not wanting to let the fans down, who are showing tremendous support. Araujo has seen a yellow card, misses Barca's next game, which is against Cadiz in the Camp Nou next Monday. Free kick to Levante. It's Enes Bardi to take it. Again, the melee in the area. It's driven in low, and Araujo clears. Comes to Morales in the area. Tries to go through the middle, gets through the middle. Is there anywhere Morales can't squeeze through? He's like an ivy on a wall full of cracks, squeezing his way through, and it seems impossible.
And he's a player that... Well, sorry, David.
Oh, there's a through ball. Opportunity now, and it's a magnificent stop from Dani Cardenas. Let's not pause. Let's keep going. Morales on the ball, crossing the halfway line. He's got options here.
Well,
he's waiting for support. Melero finding Cantero. Capello.
I was going to say, Simon, that Morales has had chances to leave Levante. Offers from everywhere. I just wanted to stay at this club. Because people might think, watching from all over the world, what is a player like Morales doing playing for Levante? Well,
excellent work. And Bardi just fails to bring the ball under control. There's the cross to the far post. Heading away. by Ferran. Jordi Alba looking for
What I was
Pedri.
going to say is that Marc Pubilli will be the last substitution for Levante. He's been waiting for that for a few minutes now, and now will be his turn to enter the game.
Pedri fouled as we watch that fabulous save to prevent Gavi from putting Barcelona ahead.
Oh, that was a knockoff.
It was.
All the work from Gavi.
Well, Marc Pubilli coming on.
Such a warrior, Gavi. He's a spectacular footballer. He's a technician, but Morales is coming up, so he's going to get his deserved standing ovation.
Well, Pubilli really is a fullback, but an attacking fullback, and I'm sure he'll be playing in a winger's role tonight for the remaining 40 seconds plus stoppage time. Standing ovation for Jose Luis Morales.
I'm standing myself, Simon.
Yeah, I think we all are. Andrea is the Comandante being applauded off by his army, and boy does he lead them with passion.
What a performance. A leader's performance. Quality, passion, everything.
Eric Garcia. Long ball out, which Alba will control. Busquets. It's Gavi. And there with the clearance that Alba tries to shot is blocked and cleared. Eric, I think, felt a little bit under pressure there. And in the end, Luke de Jong's shot, I think it's blasting off Pedri.
That's the first missed ball from Pedri.
It's Cantero. Gomez tries the return ball. Then Garcia plays it out again. Adama. 5 minutes at it, we're well into the first half, and here's Araujo for Barcelona. Don't forget that Barcelona desperately want the win as well.
Yeah.
2 drop points here would be seen as a huge blow.
I'm sad there's only 5 minutes of the time, Simon.
It's always the way between these two sides. You always want extra time.
Absolutely. But yeah, you're right.
Oh, it's a lovely ball. Pedri gets it onto the right foot. Twisting, turning. Forced too wide. He's lost his boot.
But he keeps going.
And it's Araujo who wins it back off Enes Bardi. And Barcelona, with just a 1 point, will be 1 point clear of Atletico and 2 points behind Sevilla, but with a game in hand. But they won't, because De Jong has done it again.
Wow.
He's really becoming the super sub. Cardenas speaking to referee Munuera. But Luke de Jong, once more coming off the bench and doing literally the one job Xavi asks him to do, which is to get in positions, get on the end of balls, crossed into the area, and show us that you're a traditional number 9.
Absolutely. I'll tell you something.
It's amazing from Pedri.
Yeah.
Wonderful skills. There he loses his boot.
And he keeps going anyway. You know, but I'll tell you that I'm happy to see, players like Luke de Jong doing well and getting the credit they deserve. The cross from Jordi Alba is fantastic, but
he's a professional.
Yeah, exactly. Then you have a top professional.
He's never shown a bad attitude when he's been criticised, even ridiculed by some parts of the media.
That's what I was going to say. That this header is top class. The movement as well to get ahead of Postigo. Obviously, you need a good delivery, but what a header that is, and he's 1 point for Xavi's Barca.
He certainly has, and he's just done it again.
Absolutely.
Just when I was telling her what this meant in the race for second place, Barcelona, with 2 minutes left on the clock, take the lead and are in the driving seat for the 3 points. And could it be 4-2? Cardenas quickly off his line with a huge clearance, which just bounces away from Lishi as he tried to get it back and get the ball back in play as soon as possible.
Well, hard for Levante, Simon, because they've They've shown quality, they've shown aggression, intensity, everything you need to beat, a team like Barca, but they play, against a team that has the luck as well that you need sometimes. Not only the quality, but
Xavi would say, the harder you work, the more lucky you get.
Yeah, exactly. And he's got the resources because, look, the unsung hero comes on with 5 minutes to go, there's a cross in the box, and then you've got your number 9.
Absolutely. And it's Xavi's decision to put him there, so
yeah,
full credit to him.
The substitutions of, probably Lenglen one was, he didn't have the impact straight away.
Ter Stegen has to come out quickly. Under pressure, he clears. In the final minutes of stoppage time, we may go to 96, I suspect. Capello, who's Michael Builders really, really well. He's got pace. There's a fabulous challenge by Eric Garcia, who I think took a knock as he cleared that one from Pavil, who was at full speed and managed to play his way out of
in his face. And Gavi was telling the referee, look at my eye, and I see Gavi's eye. Oh my dear, that is blue, nearly purple.
There's the cross, there's a fabulous near post header, brilliant from Luke de Jong, and a worthy game winner, if game winner it is, but Capello puts the cross in, and Ter Stegen forced to make a last gasp save, sprinting off his line to collect under pressure from Dani Gomez.
Well, remarkable,
fabulous game of football.
Yeah, absolutely. Remarkable from both sides, but especially from Levante. 19th on the table, and Barcelona had to fight and grind. Those vital 3 points away in the Ciudad de Valencia. El Comandante was fantastic once again. This man Alessio deserves credit. But this is a good win. This is a win. They put the team together. That gets you to the targets that you set this season. Barcelona won top 4. That was a must-win game for them. They took the 3 points, but once again, credit to Levante because that was a great tribute and a great platform for Spanish football.
Well, Luke de Jong, the man of the moment, relatively quietly spoken and not spoken of particularly often when the Xavi-led renaissance at Barcelona is talked of, but proving his weight in goals once again, coming off the bench and getting what would turn out to be the winner for Barcelona in a fabulous game of football in the Ciudad de Valencia. The final score, poor old Levante 2, Football Club Barcelona 3. Results for them. There's Gavi's eye that Jamie was explaining to us. The Levante players quite rightly applauding the fans for their support through this game. And what a difference one goal can make. The difference in the body language of those Levante players. The Barca players absolutely delighted. Morales talking to Gavi there. I think he probably knows that time is running out for Levante now. But if they can play at that level, who knows what they can do in the remaining fixtures of the season. The first one of which comes up for them next weekend on match day 32. Away to Granada in the new Los Cabrines. But they're clearly going to have to win every single game they have left to even have a whisker of a chance. Let's have our post-match interviews with Aubameyang.
Espera un momentito. Sí, es que, claro, está que uno de los goleadores del partido, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, que está muy bueno.